Am I audible to all of you? In the last class, we had done some still accounting rate of return ARR. Today, we'll finish the last technique, that is payback period, and start with how to determine cash flows problems. Okay. Let's start with the first sum. APC Limited has the following projects under consideration. Cost of capital of the firm is 10%. Analyze each of the project using payback period. Now here we are not interested of this cost of capital 10% because they have not asked the discounted payback period. They've just asked the payback period. So we just have to take the cash flows directly. So we'll have to take the cash flows directly and find the payback period. We don't need the present value of cash flows because this is just payback period, not discounted payback period. So for project A, make 3 columns. Here, cash flow, and here I'll write it as recovery. And in this we will write the initial investment 4 lakh. So under years we have from 1 to 5. 0 is the investment thing, so I'm not taking 0. Cash flows, we'll copy it here. It's from 80,000 to 120,000. Recovery, every year we are going to recover certain cash flows. So first year from 4 lakh we will minus 80,000. We'll get the remaining balance. It's same like discounted payback period. There we found the present value of cash flows. Here we're taking the cash flows directly. There is no need to find the present value. So 4 lakh minus 80,000, you will get 3 lakh 20,000. Now in the next year from 3 lakh 20, we'll minus 1 lakh 20. So 3 lakh 20 minus 1 lakh 20 is equal to 2 lakh. Next year 2 lakh minus 1 lakh 60. We'll get 40,000. And in the next year we need to recover only this 40,000, but we have cash flows of 1 lakh 35. So how many years we'll see here? Payback period is equal to 3 full years because we are using those 3 years. So 3 years plus we have to find how many months. So this 40,000 divided by this 1 lakh 35. We don't need full 1 lakh 35 of the fourth year. We need only 40,000 out of 1 lakh 35. So we do 40,000 divided by 1 lakh 35,000. We'll get it in the months. So payback period is equals to 40,000 divided by 1 lakh 35,000. 0.296 is what we get. So 3 years plus 0.296 months, or you can say payback period is equals to 3 years or 3.296 years. Okay, so this was for project A. Similarly, we have to do it for project B, C, and D. Any doubts, anyone here in the project A? Please ask. We'll do payback period for project B now. So it's a similar way we have to do it. year cash flows we will take down of project B. It is 1 lakh, 1 lakh 50. So on for the next 5 years, take down those cash flows. Initial investment for project B is 5 lakhs. So we will take here the initial investment 5 lakhs. As it is normal payback period, we need not find the present value. Directly we are minusing from the cash flow. So first year 5 lakh minus the first year cash flow 1 lakh. So 5 lakh minus 1 lakh, we get 4 lakhs. Second year 4 lakh minus 1 lakh 50,000, which is equal to 2 lakh 50,000. Third year 2 lakh 50,000 minus 1 lakh 75,000. So 2 lakh 50 minus 1 lakh 75, you get 75,000. Now in the fourth year we need only 75, but we have 1 lakh 60, so we don't need the full fourth year. We need 3 years plus something. So let's write here payback period is equals to 3 years plus we need 75,000 divided by we have 1 lakh 60,000 in the fourth year. So 75 divided by 1 lakh 60, 0.468 we get. So payback period is equal to 3 plus 0.468, 3.468 years is the final answer. Okay, similarly, we'll do it for project C. So we take down the cash flows of project C. Same 1 lakh 50, 1 lakh 50 every year. And 6 lakh is the investment. Okay, now there's a shortcut way to do it because it is annuity, same cash flow every year. So we can say payback period is equals to initial investment divided by annuity, or you say annual cash flows. So payback period is equal to initial investment is 6 lakh divided by 1 lakh 50,000. Payback period is equals to 6 lakh divided by 1 lakh 50, 4 years. This is a shortcut way if you're doing annuity. I had shown you in discounted payback period also. Just a So 4 years is what is the payback period. If you do it this way, when it is given as normal payback period and annual cash flows, we can do it like this. Let us cross check if we are getting the same. So the normal way 6 lakhs minus 1 lakh 50,000, you get 4,50,000. Then 4,50,000 minus 1,50,000 get 3 lakh. Next year 3 lakh minus 1,50,000 will get 1,50,000. And in the fourth year 1,50,000 minus the cash flow is also 1,50,000 is equal to 0. So using 4 full years, we are able to recover the entire investment. You can do it like this, or if it is just payback period and annual cash flow given, you can solve it by using initial investment divided by annuity formula. So this was the last method. We discussed first, we started with discounting techniques, under which we discussed net present value NPV. Then we went to internal rate of return IRR. Then we discussed profitability index, which is PI. Then we discussed discounted payback period. And last we did MIRR, modified internal rate of return. After that, we came to non-discounting techniques, in which we studied accounting rate of return and now payback period. So in non-discounting, there are only two techniques. So this was all the techniques. Now we will do 2 or 3 sums on how to determine cash flows. Now here how they have directly given you the cash flows, 1,50,000, 1,50,000 every year. But suppose this is not given, then how do we find the cash flows? We will do those sums. So determination of cash flows is the heading that I have given it. Sorry. So this is the question. I hope it's visible. I'll just increase the font. Changeover Limited is planning to replace its existing machine with a new one, which will cost rupees 12,50,000, for which the installation charges amount to rupees 50,000. The machine has a life of 8 years, at the end of which it can be scrapped at rupees 1 lakh. The existing machine can be utilized for the next 8 years. It has a book value of 5 lakh and its current market value is 3 lakh. So first what we will do is we'll write what all is given. Now given is in two forms. They are told about the new machine as well as the new old machine. So I'll write down what all is given. So here we'll write old machine and here we'll write new machine. Just 1 minute. So how do we calculate? Write down first what all is given, one below the other. So first line, Changeover Limited is planning to replace its existing machine with a new machine which will cost rupees 12,50,000. So cost of the new machine is 12,50,000. So cost 12,50,000. Okay. Then for which the installation charges amounts to rupees 50,000. So they've given installation 50,000. The machine has a life of 8 years, at the end of which the scrap value will be 1 lakh. So we have life 8 years, scrap 1 lakh. Okay. The existing machine can be utilized for the next 8 years. Existing means the existing word itself says old machine, which is already there. So it can be utilized for next 8 years. So here they've given the life of the existing machine 8 years. I'm just writing down what all is given in the question. It becomes easy to solve after that. It has a book value of rupees 5 lakhs. So like for the old machine, there was cost. For the new new machine there was cost, for the old machine there is book value. Why book value? Because this machine has got depreciated year after year and this is the value that it is having. Its current market value is rupees 3 lakh. So if you sell it today, the market value or the selling price of this machine will be 3 lakh. So I'll write here market value 3 lakh if you're planning to sell it today. The annual operating cost of the existing machine is rupees 8 lakh. So here annual cost is rupees 8 lakh. Okay. Then whereas the new machine will have an annual operating cost of 3 lakh 50. So for the new machine, the annual cost is 3 lakh 50. Operating cost means day-to-day manufacturing related costs. The cash flows will have a tax rate of 40%. So this is common. We'll not write it in old or new. We'll write tax is equal to 40%. WDB method of depreciation at 20% per annum. So depreciation, we are applying WDB and the rate is 20%. Then the cost of capital is 12%. So cost of capital 12%. Should the company buy the new machine? Now I have written everything in this tabular form. See, the old machine also can be used for 8 years and the new machine also can be used for 8 years. The old machine's book value is 5 lakh. The new machine, if we are buying, we need 13 lakh rupees. 12 lakh 50 plus 50, 13 lakh. If you sell the old machine, you can recover 3 lakh. The scrap value of new machine is 1 lakh. Now, when you use the old machine, your yearly cost of manufacturing is 8 lakh. But if you use the new machine, your yearly cost of manufacturing is 3 lakh 50. So looking at this only, we feel new machine is better because here the cost is 8 lakh. And if we are taking the new machine, we are spending only 3 lakh 50 in manufacturing. So we are saving. But only looking at this, we cannot take the decision. We need to find the cash flows of the new machine and then find its NPV to see whether the NPV is positive and we can be able to invest in this new machine or not. So to do that, we need to do a few working notes and then we will be able to find it. So to find the NPV of the new machine, NPV of new machine, the formula is present value cash flows minus initial investment. So first working note we will do it on initial investment. So working note on initial investment. Okay. So how much are we investing in this particular machine? Okay. So let's say cost of new machine rupees 12 lakh 50,000. Then you have installation charges rupees 50,000. So total cost rupees 13 lakh. But out of this 13 lakh, if you sell the old machine, you will be able to recover less sale of old machine. If because I'll not keep both the machines. If I'm buying the new machine, I'll sell the old machine, and the old machine is sold for 3 lakh rupees. The market value of the old machine is 3 lakh. So if I sell the old machine, I'll sell it for rupees 3 lakh. So my initial investment will be rupees 10 lakh. So 10 lakh rupees is our initial investment. So this was our first working note. I hope everybody is clear. If you have any doubts, please ask. Cost of new machine, 12
Excuse,
lakh.
excuse
Yes,
me,
tell
ma'am.
me. Yeah, tell
Ma'am,
me.
that 5 lakh consists the means depreciation ना depreciation deduct होने के बाद ही वो 5 lakh है ना
कौन सा 5 lakh?
the old one. The book value.
Yeah,
Okay. So we need not again consider the depreciation right here. We direct take the market value in that calculation, right?
yeah. If you're selling, you have to directly take the market value. If we are using it for another 8 years, then we will see of depreciation. But if we are buying the new machine and selling it today itself, then its market value is 3 lakh. Means the book value is 5 lakh, but we can sell it only for 3 lakh.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So this is your initial investment. So this was the first working note. I hope everybody is clear. Any other doubts you can ask. Okay. Now the next working note on depreciation, or we'll also call it as working note on additional depreciation. Okay, so additional depreciation means we are going to see how much is the new depreciation. So I'll do it in the Excel sheet. It will become easy. So first I'll write here old machine. Here I need how many columns? Here I'll write year, old machine value, depreciation. See the rate of depreciation is 20%. Okay, then we'll see the new machine now. So here new machine value. Just a second. We need to add one more column here. WDV, return down value. New machine value, depreciation at 20%. Then WDV, here we will have additional depreciation. Okay. We'll solve it and then you'll slowly understand what are all these columns. Okay, so from here the new machine starts. Okay, so the machines are for life of the machine is 8 years. So both the machines life 8 years. Then old machine value is 5 lakh today, the book value which is given. If I'm going to use it for the next 8 years, from 5 lakh I have to start. On 5 lakh, first I should calculate 20% depreciation. So on 5 lakh, we'll do 20% depreciation. It is going wrong, just a minute. Okay, there's commas put here, so it's not taking. On 5 lakh, 20% depreciation is 1 lakh. So 5 lakh minus 1 lakh depreciation, the return down value will be 4 lakh. Next year, the opening balance of the machine is 4 lakh. On 4 lakh, now we have to calculate 20% depreciation. So into 20%, you get 80,000. From 4 lakh, we need to minus 80,000 depreciation. We'll get the return down value 3 lakh 20,000. So 3 lakh 20,000 is the next year value. We bring it down. On 3 lakh 20, we have to calculate 20% depreciation. You get 64,000, and from 3 lakh 20 will minus 64 to get the return down value. So 2 lakh 56 is the return down value. On 2 lakh 56 we'll find 20% depreciation. We get it as 51,200 equal to 2,56,000 minus 51,200. We'll get 2,04,800. 2,04,800. On that, we'll find 20% depreciation. 4960 we get. So 2,04,800 minus 4960, 1,63,840. Then on 1,63,840, we need to find 20% depreciation. We get 1,31,072. So on 1,31,072, we'll find 20% depreciation, which is 26,214, and we'll get 1,04,858. On 1,04,858, we'll find 20% depreciation, which is 20,972, and we'll get 83,886 as the remaining balance. So this is the depreciation of old machines, which we have to keep in mind and highlight it. Now similarly, we have to find the depreciation of new machine. The new machine's cost is 13 lakh rupees. Installation plus the cost of the machine. So 13 lakh, 20% depreciation on 13 lakh, we get 2 lakh 60, and 13 lakh minus 2 lakh 60, we get the balance 1 lakh 4, oh, sorry, 10 lakh 40,000. So we'll, the next year, sorry, next year depreciation on 10 lakh 40, we'll find 20%. And from 10 lakh 40, we'll minus 2 lakh 8, which is the depreciation. Just drag it down. So 6,65,600. On that, we'll find 20% depreciation and the WDV by minusing. Then you have 5,32,480. 20% depreciation, we get 4,25,984. We get 85,197. 3,40,787. So this is a depreciation of new machine. Now we have new machine depreciation and we have old machine depreciation. We need additional depreciation. So in the additional depreciation column, what we will do is we will minus the old machine depreciation. Sorry, we'll minus the new with the old. Okay, so if I number them as column wise, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, 4, 5, 6, column 7. This is column number 8. Column number 8 is equal to column number 6 minus column number 3. 6 is new depreciation minus old depreciation. So is equal to new depreciation minus old depreciation. We'll get the additional depreciation. If I drag and drop, I'll get all the values of the additional depreciation. Any doubts in this working note, please let me know. This is a very, very important working note because we are taking only the additional or incremental gains. So we need only the additional depreciation. Anybody has any doubts? First find depreciation as it is for old machine, then find it for new machine and minus the depreciation of new with the old. If there are any doubts, please ask. Okay. Now let's start with the
Ma'am,
determination
what?
of yes.
Uh, Ma'am, in with the old machine, we get the means depreciation amount more than the new one. Is there any
Huh.
possibility like that?
Old machine depreciation is more than new one.
हाँ या अगर उस
No,
केस में
because old
कुछ
नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता because old machine value will be less 5 lakh and
या
new
यस
machine value is 13 lakh. So
ओके
depreciation will be less for old machine because it is already used, so its value is less. So depreciation also will be less. New value is more, so depreciation also will be more.
यस
Okay. So this is our second working note. Now I'll just copy this in the Word document. Okay. Just a minute. Now I have to do one more small working note and then we can start with the final calculations. So remember this, how we found the additional depreciation. Now I'll do working note 3. This working note 3 is on the salvage value or the scrap value of the particular machine. Okay, so sorry, it's on the savings. Salvage value is only once given. Annual savings will write here. Annual savings is equals to the cost of, or you can say annual cost of old machine minus annual cost of new machine. So annual savings is equals to annual cost of old machine is 8 lakh minus annual cost of new machine is 3 lakh 50,000. I'll show you the question here. You can check annual cost 8 lakh, annual cost 3 lakh 50. I have highlighted. So if you manufacture using old machine, you'll have to spend 8 lakh. But if you manufacture using new machine, you'll have to spend only 3 lakh 50. So how much are we saving? 8 lakh minus 3 lakh 50. The savings in the cost is 4 lakh 50. So with this as a base, we will be starting our cash flows. So now let's go to the final determination of cash flows. So to determine the cash flows, we need particulars. We have 8 years, so I need 8 more columns. Till 8 years, we are going to determine it. All the 8 years should be visible. I'm trying to do that. Just a minute. So first we write the annual savings that we calculated. Okay. Here they've not given us the cash flow before tax, after tax, and all that. We need to actually start from the scratch. So with this working note, we only know that by using a new machine, we can save 4,50,000. So that is what is our income as of now. So 4,50,000 is the annual saving. Okay, and it will be the same for all the years. Every year we are going to save 4,50,000. Okay, now what we'll do from the annual savings, we will minus the depreciation because that is the only cost that we know. So we'll minus the depreciation. Okay, so less depreciation. We need only the additional depreciation, this last column that we had. Okay, we need this column. So we'll take these additional depreciations. Just a minute, I'll just type it itself. 28, 1,02,400, 81,920, 65, 536, 52, 429, 41, 943, 33, 544, 554. So these are the additional depreciation. We need to minus this. So we will get the cash flows before tax, or you can say earning before tax. Okay, so we'll do 4,50,000 minus the depreciation,
2 lakh 40.
2,90,000, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. 2 lakh 90.
So similar way we'll do it for all the years. We'll minus the depreciation and we'll get the earning before tax. So from this we will less tax now. Less tax at 40%. They've given the tax rate to be 40% in the question. Let's cross check once. See here, tax rate 40%, depreciation we took 20%. So 40% tax rate we'll consider. So here on 2,90,000, 40% tax we have to calculate. So we'll get the tax there. 3,22,000 into 40%, 1,28,800. Similarly, for all the years, we'll find the tax. So the next step is to, I'm not taking the decimals and rounding it off because the problem is as it is very lengthy. After you less tax, you will get earning after tax, which is equal to earning before tax minus the tax. So we'll do this for all the years. We got the earning after tax value. Now from earning after tax, if we have to go to cash flows, what we do, we add back the depreciation because we need the cash flows and depreciation is not an cash outflow. We have just deducted it so that we can save taxes. So we add back this depreciation amount. So if you add back the depreciation, you will get the cash flows of that particular years. Okay. So 1,74,000 plus 1,60,000 depreciation added back. 3,34,000 is the cash flows. 1,93,200 plus 1,28,000 depreciation. 3,21,200 are the cash flows. Similarly, we'll do it for all the years. So we have added back the cash flows and we have got the, sorry, we have added back the depreciation and we have got the cash flows for each of the years. Now what we have to do next is we have to see the salvage value. Salvage value is also cash flow, cash inflow, because when you sell the old, sell the new machine, Whatever you recover will become your salvage value. Now see here in the question, this old machine you have already sold and you have recovered 3 lakh, which you showed it in initial investment calculation. So now what we want is only the new machine scrap or salvage value, which is 1 lakh rupees. So after 8 years, the new machine will get 1 lakh rupees as scrap value. So we need to add it only in the 8th year, because only in 8th year you're going to receive that particular amount. So that is also cash inflow. So it will be a part of cash flows. Okay, salvage value is received only once in the lifetime, that is at the end of the life of the machine or end of the life of the project. So here it will be 2 lakh 83,422 plus 1 lakh, that is salvage value. 3 lakh 83,422 will be the cash flow for the last year. Till here, any doubts? Anybody, please ask.
Ma'am, why we only means add the salvage value at the end of the year, like last
Salvage
year?
value means the value of the machine sold. We are not selling the machine every year. We are using the
Yes,
machine
ma'am.
for 8 years. We sell it at the end of 8th year. So only in 8th year, once we sell, we'll receive 1 lakh. Every year, 1 lakh we are not receiving. When we are selling, only in that year we are receiving. So 8th year is the last year of the project, in which we will sell the machine and recover the salvage value. That's why only in 8th year we are taking.
Okay.
Okay, now that we have the cash flows, we'll find the present value cash flows and then find the NPV to wind up with this particular problem. So present value interest factor at 12%. So at 12%, we'll see the table values, that is the rates. Okay, 12% is here. 0.893, 0.797, 0.712. So these are the 12% rates that we have to check here. Okay, so I'll just take those values here. 0.893 for the first year, 0.797, 0.712, 0.636, 0.567, 0.507, 0.452, and 0.404. So this is the present value interest factor. Now we'll find the cash flows. Present value cash flows, which is nothing but cash flows into present value interest factor. So we will get the present value of cash flows. Okay, the same we calculate for all the years. So these are our present value of cash flows that we have got. Okay, at the end we need to total all this if we have to find the NPV. So we will add all this equal to sum. I'll add all the present value of cash flows. We get 15,68,224. So we can find NPV now. NPV is equals to present value cash flows minus initial investment. Okay, so NPV is equals to 15,68,224 minus the initial investment. We have done it in the working note. 10 lakh is what we got the initial investment. So minus 10 lakh, we'll get the NPV as 5,68,225. So this is how you'll have to calculate the initial investment, sorry, the NPV. And now the NPV is positive. So that means the company can replace the old machine. As the NPV is positive, the company needs to replace the old machine and buy the new machine. Okay, so this is how we have to solve it. Any doubts, anybody with this problem? If there are
No,
no
ma'am.
doubts, okay, you can type your roll number and leave the meeting. Saturday we'll do two more sums on this and we'll wind up with this chapter. Next week we'll start with the fifth unit.
Sure, ma'am.